What's going on, Summoners? My name is Nathan Ng, and I'm excited to be your host for the patch 11.6 preview. In this video, we'll be giving you guys a quick rundown of what changes that we can expect to see next patch. Make sure you hit that sub button because it'll help us continue to make the best content that we can. We've been informed by Riot that these are the changes that they're currently working on, and if you want the specifics, we'll be dropping a video of them as soon as we find out. Now, let's go over what's to come. Kicking things off, we have a ton of system changes. The following runes are expected to see some nerfs next patch: Ravenous Hunter and Fleet Footwork. You can absolutely guess from these two nerfs that Riot is trying to address healing. Everyone has it now. I mean everyone. With some well-deserved nerfs, Ravenous Hunter should be less of a mandatory OP rune, and one that you take because of personal preference. That's the hope, at least. Fleet Footwork is expected to receive a nerf specifically for AP champions as well. Following this, we have a bunch of item changes to go over as well. First off, let's go ahead and talk about the upcoming nerfs. Blade of the Rune King has been a clear contender for a nerf, partially because it also provides healing. Its passive deals great damage, especially when built by champions who have a natural affinity towards attack speed builds. To bring down the power of Juggernauts and Bruisers, Riot is also going to nerf Seraph Gage and Stridebreaker next patch. A bunch of champions like Darius or Garen have been dominant because of one or both of these items. Stridebreaker helps immobile champions overcome their greatest weakness, while Seraph Gage is just far too valuable of a buy. This two-item combo is basically the face of the top lane right now. We got some AP item nerfs to Seeker's Arm Guard, Verdant Barrier, and Void Staff. Defensive items for mages mid laners are taking a hit. If anything, I'd assume that the stat cap will be increased and you'll need to farm a little bit more to max them out. Next up, we got a few items getting buffed as well. Shurelya's Battle Song is a fun item, but after the previous changes, it's still underperforming slightly. I hardly see it in comparison to Locket or Moonstone Renewer. Hopefully with another buff, more players can find situations that can provide a burst of movement speed over pure combat advantages. Luden's Tempest and also Rabadon's stat cap are getting buffed. With the buffs to Everfrost, a bunch of champions have made their way into the meta, such as Kassadin. Everfrost might be too strong actually, and as a result, Luden's Echo is going to need a little bit of work. Rabadon's death cap is an extremely expensive item that's supposed to provide a massive power spike to mid laners who invest in it. For its price of 3,800, however, you're sinking a little too much gold, and I expect to see the price being reduced. Finally, Sunfire Aegis is getting buffed. After being OP at the start of the season, the other two tank mythic items received a huge buff so they could go ahead and have a chance at competing with Sunfire Aegis. However, this has put the item in a rather odd spot where it's priced higher than the other tank mythics and not nearly as strong as before. To wrap up items, Immortal Shieldbow and Liandry's Anguish are going to receive some adjustments. These adjustments will likely target specific users, like ranged champions for Shieldbow or damage over time abilities with Liandry's. Finally, Teleport is also getting a change. This isn't denoted as a buff or a nerf and is actually what I'm curious about. Again, we'll drop another video for you guys as soon as we know the details. That being said, let's go ahead and briefly talk about the champions receiving nerfs. We've got nerfs to a bunch of OP junglers as well as top laners. First, in the jungle, we got Hecarim, Karthus, and Lilia. These three have been dominant, the latter two especially in high elo. I think most of us agree that these three deal way too much damage and can guess what nerfs they will be receiving. Moving forward, Gnar has risen to the top. He's easily one of the best in his role as he's oppressive and he's a safe pick. And he's also not very fun to go against. I mean, who plays ranged top laners? How do I respect that? Renekton has quickly become a go-to for elite players as well as because of his straightforward and reliable damage. Both of these champions are great blind picks. Wrapping up the top lane, Urgot is absolutely demolishing his competition with an overall 53% win rate and is set to receive a nerf as well. Finally, the following champions are receiving buffs: Akali, Xin Zhao, Leblanc, Sylas, Pyke, and Volibear Jungle. Xin Zhao especially has been underperforming, and we already got a glimpse of what's to come. We have a video covering this, so go ahead and check out our channel if you want to know more. After consecutive nerfs, Akali has been in dire need of a buff, while Pyke has also been underperforming after the change he got this patch. I'm gonna be honest with you though, I don't want them to buff Pyke. That champion is so unfun to go against. I don't know why Riot wants to see this champion back in the meta so badly. Finally, Leblanc and Sylas have been a little bit weak in the mid to low elo for pretty much the entire season, and thus, they'll also be getting a buff. That'll be wrapping up our 11.6 patch preview. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to keep an eye on our channel as we'll make a video with the complete list of changes very, very soon. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day. Peace.